responsibility. As I've reinforced tonight, that there is no failure, only feedback. I also talked this week about the pain versus pleasure principle and how to make it work for you. And finally, a reminder that there are only two things you can ever change: perception or procedure. Now, if those key ingredients are sounding rather foreign to you, then I would really recommend taking the time, listen to the video, and really absorb what it is that those principles mean to you. And have a look at whether those principles are already ringing true for you in the way in which you are taking action right now. Okay, so now let's get into the action steps. What it is that you're going to be doing this week to ensure that you are living the principle. Success is a journey, not a destination. Action step number 1. It's time to evaluate your progress. If you haven't already, it's time to have a look at the goals that you set yourself throughout the first Active Body and Mind program. Have a look at what it was that you wanted to achieve and really ask yourself the question, did you achieve what you set out to? If you haven't achieved your goal yet, it's really important to recognise that that goal is still within your sight. Again, there is no failure, there is only feedback. So this is your opportunity to see where it is that you're at, to identify the strengths that you gained throughout the first program, the benefits, the changes you've already made, the changes which now may seem quite small, when really, when you look at where you first started, are quite huge. So if you've moved from having only 1 or 2 meals a day to eating 5 or 6 metabolically precise meals, you can see that this is a huge change that has had a big impact on your life, both in terms of your physical, your emotional, and your mental well-being. So take the time this week to really have a reflection, to see what it is that you've achieved, the benefits you've gained, the strengths you've gained, and also to identify those areas for improvement, being clear on what it is that you're going to do different this time round. So we've already touched on the importance of the record and the data keeping. If you have those records and you still haven't yet achieved the results you are seeking, then perhaps it's just that this first or second program was really about resetting your metabolism. Or perhaps you weren't quite at the 95% consistency. If you have the records, then this is going to be a really great way of seeing what it is that you were doing and seeing how you can refine these actions throughout this next program. And the second action step, to identify where you are right now. In the Getting Started email that you received prior to this video and email, I went through a number of key steps that I recommended you take before commencing week 1. These steps were to complete your metabolic classification questionnaire, your nutrition IQ assessment, and to reevaluate and reset your goals for this program. Now, a number of you I know have already completed this task, which is fantastic, because by the fact that you've completed these tasks, it means that I'm able to give you the immediate feedback so you know where it is you're starting from right from this point. Because the key thing I want you to keep in mind with this program is just because you're here and you're ready to start again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be doing the same thing. This is a mistake that many people make. They think it's about just doing the same thing over and over. Yet even if the results you achieved through your first program were small, even if you lost 1 kilogram, the fact is that you've changed your metabolic rate. And because you've changed your metabolic rate, you also need to adjust the way that you eat and the way that you exercise in accordance with this. And this is going to be some of the advice and the steps, the new learnings that you're going to gain from this program that will assist you to keep achieving the results. So if you haven't yet taken the time to complete those first 3 tasks, I'd really encourage you to focus on that this week. To get those tasks completed, saved in your client files so that I can give you the feedback so you know where it is you're starting from right from week 1. And of course, if you have have already completed these tasks, well, congratulations, and you know where it is that you're beginning. Now let's have a look at the third action step. So now you've taken the time to reflect, to identify where it is that you're at, to set your goals and get clarity on what you want to achieve through this program. What I would suggest is bringing it together in three key steps. And these are looking at what you're going to start, what you're going to maintain, and what you're going to finish. So a great way of approaching this would be just to divide up a book in your exercise book into 3 columns, whether it's down the page or across the page, to have start, maintain, and finish as your headings. And underneath each, to pull together the actions that you're going to be taking, the new actions you're going to be starting, the actions that you can see really worked for you throughout the first program that you want to maintain, and what it is you're going to finish. Perhaps some of the habits, the behaviours, the strategies that didn't work so well for you in the first program. Some examples of these could be procrastination, overwhelm, putting others first, finding excuses and ways of avoiding doing what it is you know that you need to be doing to achieve the results you want. Identify all of those that you're going to be finishing from today.